thinking he was just slow. It's called the Fundamental Attribution Error. That's the conclusion for topic 1. He'll desperately blame external conditions. Topic 2. Some pretentious psych term called the Fundamental Attribution Error. That guy is brain dead. Really. You can't even argue with that. Mic test. Is this thing on? You degenerates are probably just rolling around in bed playing with your phones again today, aren't you? I get it. Me too. I'm literally recording this from my bed right now. Look, the world is just full of bullshit, ain't it? You guys probably got pissed off at some normie slight movement at school or work today and cursed them out in your head, right? It's fine. You don't gotta hide it. I see right through you. Anyway, today I'm gonna talk about this hopelessly brain-dead default spec that all humans, including you and me, are stuck with. To the chase, I'm gonna break this down into 3 topics. Take notes, this is gonna be on the test. Topic 1, the theory that we're all hardwired with a garbage spec that makes us treat others like brain-dead idiots. Topic 2, some pretentious psych term called the Fundamental Attribution Error. Topic 3, we're all just self-serving hypocrites in the end. That's the 3-part lineup. You degenerates are always like, too long didn't read, right? That's why I just gave you the 3-line summary. You can thank me later. Alright, let's jump straight into topic 1. The theory that we've all got that garbage spec to treat others like they're brain dead. Listen to this. Yesterday I got a bit hungry, so I headed to the supermarket to grab a garage bento. Then, as I'm trying to go through the station ticket gates, there's this crusty old boomer right in front of me. This old guy literally stops dead in his tracks right where you tap your IC card. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. What the hell are you doing? I'm in a rush. Why the hell are you freezing up in the absolute best spot? I instinctively let out the loudest, most obnoxiously aggressive tongue click. You lads definitely do this too. In my head, I'm just seething like, here we go, another brain-dead idiot. So freaking slow. Just get your card out beforehand, you absolute goober. I was so pissed, just glaring at the back of this old man. Then, a few seconds later, the boomer finally moves aside, and it's my turn. I go to gracefully tap my smartphone. Thought I was gonna glide right through. But then, beep, a massive error sound goes off. The red light flashes like crazy, and the gate slams shut right in my face. What the fuck? I actually yelled that out. The guy behind me went, yikes! Looked at my phone screen, and it said, insufficient balance. What do you think was going through my head at that exact moment? You guys already know. I instantly started spitting out a rapid-fire barrage of excuses. No, the machine's reaction time is just laggy. Actually, it's the auto-charge system's fault for not working right. Besides, these new ticket gates have way too strict hitboxes. The machine just can't keep up with my walking speed. Literally that in a split second. Looking at it objectively, it's a massive hypocritical boomerang. When the old guy stopped, I blamed his personality and competence, thinking he was just slow. But the second I stopped, I blamed the machine and the system. I really played myself. Just remembering it has me laughing my ass off. In the end, we're creatures who blame other people's mistakes on their personality, but blame our own mistakes on our surroundings. That's the conclusion for topic 1. You can't even argue with that, can you? Moving on. Topic 2. That pretentious psych term, the Fundamental Attribution Error. You know that embarrassing double standard of mine I just talked about? The one where we go easy on ourselves but go hard on others. Turns out, this actually has a proper name in psychology. It's called the Fundamental Attribution Error. Yeah, that's the fancy authoritative term for it. To break it down so even we can understand it, it's just a garbage speck in the human brain. When we judge the cause of someone else's behavior, we completely ignore the situation they're in and just blame their personality or skill. As for why this happens, the trick is simple. Humans only see what they want to see. When someone makes a mistake, the most obvious thing is the person who made it. The background and context are practically invisible. For example, trying to imagine unseen external factors, like if the guy was extremely sleep deprived, or the machine just happened to be acting up, takes a ton of mental energy. But our brains are ultimately lazy as hell. It's overwhelmingly faster to just give up on trying to understand the situation and blame it on their personality by saying they're brain dead. Basically, it's our brain cutting corners. This is a classic scene in work too, right? Imagine a boss looking at a subordinate with terrible sales numbers. The boss crosses his arms, sighs, and says, "That guy lacks guts. He's not selling because he has no motivation." Hold up. He's completely ignoring situational factors, like maybe the local economy in that assigned area was rock bottom, or a rival company was running a filthy, aggressive campaign. But flip it around. What happens when that same boss is late to a meeting? He'll spit out excuses at light speed. Oh, the train was delayed, or traffic was a bit heavy. He'll desperately blame external conditions. Talk about a massive boomerang. It's so textbook cognitive bias that it ain't even funny. Other people's failures are due to their personality and internal. Your own failures are due to the situation and external. You could literally draw perfectly symmetrical arrows for this. You lads probably go to a family restaurant, and when the waiter messes up your order, you think, this server is useless. What a careless, brain-dead person, right? But maybe that day, 3 part-timers in the kitchen suddenly flaked out, and that waiter was running the whole floor solo, pushed past their limit, dealing with extreme pressure. Any of you capable of imagining that far? Nah, didn't think so. That's the fundamental attribution error. Clueless people who don't know this trick will just spend their whole lives getting pointlessly mad at others and getting milked. Oh, I got sidetracked. Let's bring it back. I'll just say this right now. Any of you not subscribed to this channel yet? If you don't subscribe, you're making a fundamental attribution error. Yeah, that makes no sense. But I'm just throwing it out there. Just subscribe, bros. And now, for the final topic. Number 3. The fact that we're all just self-serving hypocrites in the end. 3. I've been talking all high and mighty about the fundamental attribution error up to this point. But I know what you degenerates are gonna say. So how do I stop getting pissed off, OP? Tell me the solution. Look, long story short, when you see someone fail, you just gotta build the habit of pausing for a second and thinking, maybe this isn't because of their personality, but because of the situation. Try putting yourself in their shoes. Simulate what would happen if you were in the exact same spot. It's about separating feelings from facts. Just by holding off on instantly blaming their personality, your pointless anger might drop, and your quality of life might just skyrocket. For example, let's say you're driving, and some psycho is tailgating you with crazy aggressive driving. Normally, you'd snap and think, wow, what a toxic personality. Just return your license for the rest of your life. But right there, you force yourself to imagine. Maybe the missus just went into labor, and he's rushing to the hospital in a panic. I mean, most of the time, it's just some trashy delinquent. But just stepping back and thinking like that makes our pointless rage a little more bearable. It might go against your instincts, but this is reality. But even though I just threw out some preachy high and mighty solutions, let's be real. Getting mad at others and looking down on them like, man, that guy is brain dead, releases way more dopamine, right? It's straight up Schadenfreude. Bashing someone from a safe space and soaking in that superiority complex. Making yourself feel like you're at least slightly better than them. It's literally the most cost-effective entertainment out there. Being considerate of someone else's situation. Like hell, any of us can act like some absolute saint like that. There are exceptions, but look at the big picture. In the end, we're just self-serving hypocrites who treat others like they're brain dead just to protect our own egos. So you just gotta think, oh, it's not that I'm trash. It's just that my brain is built to cut corners. Just realizing that makes us absolute units today, right? The thought processes of us degenerates are completely dominated by this fundamental attribution error. Bashing everything by saying, it's all ops fault, or fake as hell, this is cap, is all because of this too. Well, that's sad, but true. Talking to myself forever is making me tired as hell. Fully entered post-nut clarity mode, and you guys are probably getting bored by now anyway. This thread is so dead it's not even funny, so I'm wrapping it up. Anyway, nobody's going to sleep thinking about this complicated crap. Tomorrow, when you wake up and get on that pack train, you're just gonna click your tongues again. Complain the guy in front of you is walking too slow, and blame his personality all over again. That's who you are, and that's who I am. And that's fine. Go to sleep with the comforting thought that there are idiots out there in the world. Next time, I'll explain reactants. Alright, I'm out. Thread dismissed. Don't need it. It's too much of a pain in the ass.